Hi there guys, welcome back to Rankle Reptiles. My name is Hector, this is Sprinkles here, and today I wanted to talk about two updates happening right now. So the first one is that my Deluxe, my pastel spot nose girl, clown, actually laid her eggs without any issues. It was textbook perfect to the T. So that's super awesome. She didn't retain any eggs. Easy. All of the eggs came out super nice. She's actually back on food, as so is my Mojave clown that also laid a clutch. So they're both slamming food, they're both ready to eat. So that's absolutely fantastic. I think the reason why they clicked back so fast for me is because I took them out of their tub, put them in a brand new fresh one. That probably snapped them back. Got that most of that egg smell away from them. Super excited about that. So very excited about that clutch. I know the spot nose to spot nose clutch isn't the most ideal. However, going forward, I probably won't repeat this clutch again. Simply because I'll have other males that probably won't have spot nose. So whatever comes of this clutch, I'll be sure to take responsibility for. All that good stuff. The second thing going on is that the first clutch actually pipped. Super excited about this. I'll probably have it in the thumbnail and all that good stuff. Finally pipped. This is actually, I did an egg cutting for them. My policy for egg cutting is very simple. I will not cut until I see one of the animals pip. Pipping is when a snake cuts an egg, pokes its head out, takes its first breath. The moment I see one snake do that, I know that the rest in that clutch in that particular tub are all ready to go. So I poked my head in there this morning and two snakes were staring back at me. So I went down to cutting. Super excited about it. So before we move on to the egg cutting, you can always skip to it, but come on. I want to talk about the parents. This is a pastel Batman, pastel leopard spot nose. Super awesome. The one thing I was worried about this male. I am not really worried about pastel. Pastel in this particular animal really didn't do much. It is the tail end. Of course, it's always the tail end. Am I right, guys? The tail end here is super reduced. Super reduced on this animal. This guy is absolutely immaculate, super nice. However, his tail is a bit too reduced. I am not a big fan of Blade. I am not a big fan of the Spider and Clown. I am Pinstripe. I'm warming up to it. I'm not a big fan of reducing pattern at all. So, that being said, this guy appears to not have Blade. From the egg cutting, I don't see Blade anywhere. Of course, this is just from me peeking into the egg, seeing a little window of what the snake looks like. I am not really seeing very much. I'm not seeing a lot of reduced pattern, which is absolutely fantastic. So this is the Papa. Super awesome. Super cool snake. Let me show you the mom. Here you go, buddy. Yep. Sorry for the bother. Don't you fucking let. Don't you nip. Alright, and this here is the female. Again, sorry for the camera. This is a Mojave clown. She is super. When I was feeding her up, she was absolutely gigantic. She finally, because of laying the eggs, she stopped eating for about 2 or 3 weeks, and then she slapped back onto food, which is I'm super happy about that. She's just a plain Jane Mojave clown, and I can really see some of the patterning I see here and the eggs. Of course, I already cut the eggs. This is just kind of like a retrospective. And I saw a lot of the Hallmark Mojave features from her in a lot of the eggs. So you know that mom did pass on that 50% codon rate for her Mojave. Mojave is fantastic. I like Mojave, especially when you mix it with GHI. So let's see what happens from that. She's absolutely gorgeous, and she's back on food. Aggressively back on food. Alright, enough of that. Let's get to the egg cutting, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Alright guys, hi there, welcome back. This is you can see my feet. Yes, I'm hairy. Alright, but this is the first time ever I'm going to be cutting eggs. So these two have already pipped. Both of them do not look like they have pastel. So I hope. This one does have a bit of a lighter head. However, we're going to see. So we'll start off with the two that pipped, and then we'll work our way around to the others. So this was a clown to clown clutch. So all of them are 100% sure to have clown. So I'm super excited about that. Look at that. Let me just get it right in the middle. There we go. So you can see what's going on. Beautiful little snakes. So I'm just going to cut. These scissors are not sharpened. They're blunt tipped. Alright, so like I said, this was a Mojave clown to a pastel Batman pastel spot nose leopard clown. And that looks like a spot nose to me. Whether or not it has pastel is up for discussion. Definitely spot nose there though. Beautiful, beautiful little snake. I'll tell you what guys, this being my first clutch ever, I am super excited to be sharing this with you guys. Very beautiful spot nose. Alrighty, very good. This guy here, with his hand stuck in the cookie jar. Now these are trying to real hard, trying to pull his head back into the egg. Looks like he's kind of half stuck. He did do some damage on the other side though, so that's good. There we go. Snip, snip, snip. I don't want to cut too close to this guy's head, so I'm just going to. This looks to me like a Postave clown. That this circle right here immediately gives away that Mojave is in here, and it's a little bright to be a just Mojave clown. Chocolate was never this bright, so I'm almost betting that this little creature here is a Postave clown. Very good. Oh, would you look at that? Absolutely fantastic. I'm sorry if it's a bit out of focus, guys. This camera is only good for so much. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. As always, this light really isn't helping much. The colors are kind of washed out on camera. Almost makes it look hypo. Much darker in person. Beautiful, beautiful. I don't think it has spot nose in her. Probably just a Mojave clown, but we'll see. I'll put this guy up here. Alrighty, moving on. Since these guys haven't pipped yet, I'm going to pinch the top. This is something from Billy from Mutation Creation that he does. Just makes sense for me to do the same thing. Have a nice ridge I can cut into. Alrighty. Goopy mess. I love using these trays because I will be able to get the snakes out of here without any vermiculite mess. Alrighty. Alright, what's behind closed door number 1? Looks fairly bright. This guy, I think, is a pastel. So if this guy is a pastel, I can almost guarantee that the two before definitely don't have pastel. Let me just make a little whiter. Yeah, so this guy here looks like it is just a pastel clown. Trying to look here. Whether or not it has leopard is to be seen. From what I can see though, pastel clown. Beautiful snake nonetheless. Okay. The reason why I put minus here is because when I kind of pull the eggs, I kind of assumed which one's gonna, you know, be my favorite snake. I said this guy was gonna be the runt. Let's see if fate slaps me in the face. I of course would like to see more spot nose, simply because I am a big fan of spot nose. So if we get to see more of that, I'd be thrilled. This guy's moving around. Yeah, you guys seeing that? I want to say that this guy most likely has Mojave as well. Spot nose, perhaps. I'm seeing some pixelation here in the fire. So that might mean we got a spot nose Mojave. Of course, I'm going to ID and sex this guys when they're out of the egg. But very cool. The reason why I'm wearing gloves is because of the egg goop. Yeah, so for when I'm seeing a little dark on the dorsal, almost looks like a copy of not her. This might be a spot nose Mojave. That would be my first guess. Glancing into the egg. 4 good eggs so far. Little egg shrapnel there. And I'm super glad I'm able to have the camera set up in such a way where I'm able to show you guys this kind of. You guys see as I see. Of course, my camera could be a little better, but we'll work with what we got, right, guys? Alrighty. What's behind closed door number 2? I see some circulation here in the pattern. Might be a little indication maybe for leopard. I see lots of characteristic circular patterns here. That's really Mojave. So looks like Mama really did share a lot of her genes in this clutch, which is perfectly awesome. Very nice darkness. I don't see anything else in here. This might just be a Mojave clan. Very nice. For the most part, I haven't seen much leopard. Maybe this guy here, girl or guy, maybe this guy here has leopard, because the pattern is a little funky. And Mojaves generally aren't that funky, so that might be leopard. So we'll see, of course. I'm going to have to look into Morph Market a little bit. Again, I'm gonna pinch. Nice ridge. So super exciting. The spot nose girl and the Mojave girl both snapped back right into food, right back into eating. So I'm very happy about that as well. Successful clutches, and the females really didn't loiter too much when it came down to eating. So that's really nice. Wow, would you look at that? I think this might be a pastel leopard clown. This is for sure leopard. Let me get the finger out of there. Look at that. For sure leopard. Look at that. Oh, I'm seeing the dorsal here. A lot of blushing on the dorsal. Putting my money on this being a pastel leopard. Or might even be a Batman, depending on... This might be a pastel Batman. Might be a copy of Dad. I have to see what the head looks like. But this does look a little too crazy for just a leopard. So we're going to see about that guy. So, moving on. Looks like everybody's moving, everybody's schmoving, everybody's doing good. Last clutch. I am looking to have a just normal Batman to replace Sprinkles from being the main man. I will, of course, still keep Sprinkles. I'm not going to sell them off. I just want to have something without pastel. So a normal Batman would come in clutch. Of course, anything is a miracle to me. Alrighty, so what do we have here? Looks like another Mojave. The sides here are super blushed out. That I'm guessing is going to be a pastel Mojave. Pattern's a little funky. Might be spot nose in there. Super cool. As always, I'm looking forward. I want this clutch to be a little female heavy as always. However, anything that comes up male will probably be made available. As you can see, there's a bit of hard boob egg right there. Didn't notice that in incubation. But regardless, super nice. Super nice. Beautiful, beautiful animals. Now, again, I think this guy here, this is where you always double glove. Sorry if I make you guys a little dizzy. There we go. Perfecto. Now, this guy here, I believe to be a spot nose. Might be a plain Jane spot nose. Might be a Batman. Not sure. I have to see more of it. However, doesn't have pastel. So that's big ups. If this comes out being female, might keep that back. Let's see here. I'm looking at this again, and I don't think this has pastel in it. It is a little darker. Patterns around the scales are a little darker. So I might say that this might be a Mojave spot nose. If that's female, I'm going to keep that back. Anything female in here that doesn't have pastel, I'm probably going to keep. Because I'm greedy like that. So, moving on. This guy here doesn't really look like it has much going for him. I think this is a pastel clown. Plain Jane pastel clown. Beautiful, beautiful snake nonetheless. This here is a... that is really blushed. The head does not tell me pastel though. I'm thinking this is a Mojave leopard spot nose. I think. Head straight up Mojave. I'm going to have to look at the rest of the body. The rest of the body, as you can see here, looks really funky. That might be spot nose and Mojave. Or leopard. I'm not sure. I'll have to do some research. This gal here, or this boy, very blushed out. Very similar to this guy here. However, I can't really see the head. The dorsal, super blushed. It's just super blushed. There's really no dorsal darkness here. So I'm going to say that this is most likely a pastel Mojave. Plus anything else when it climbs out of the egg. Alright, next up is this leopard. I'm thinking this is minimum leopard. Probable pastel because of the dorsal. And maybe spot nose. This might be a pastel Batman. Might be. This next one and the last one. This one looks like a Mojave clown. Doesn't look like there's much extra going on. The Mojave clown. Alrighty. And as just like a quick rundown, this is how I incubated my eggs. You know it's successful because these guys made it. Just a regular sterilite tub. I did not make any type of ratios between the so I did not make any type of ratios between the vermiculite and water. Using these trays, it suspends the eggs above. So I used vermiculite and a shit ton of water. There's tons of water here. It's super sloppy. The reason why I use vermiculite is to make sure that there's some humidity in the tub. But just tons of water. You can almost see the water form a layer of, float above the vermiculite. Kept it super humid. Kept it appropriate. So awesome. So didn't lose a single egg. Super hyped about that. So I'm hoping that the next clutch of eggs I get will come out like these. Nice, healthy looking animals. None of these look like they have problems with their umbilicus. Knock on wood. So yeah. So I'm going to share you guys the update video. Once these guys crawl out and shed out, I'll be sure to show you guys these guys. And throw me some names. I really like naming my animals after food. So anything to do with ice cream, perfect. Ice cream flavors or types. I think I'm gonna name this guy here Gelato. I'll just name that one. Alright guys, so that's it. Thanks for coming by. It's a bit of a longer video. Thanks for sticking around. And as always, thanks, and I'll catch you in the next one.